Diego Lopez, Diego FIFA. How are you, man?
I'm good, bro. How are you? What's up, my boy?
All good, all good. Really excited about this new FIFA international window that's coming. How are you feeling
Yeah,
about that?
bro. I mean, I'm excited, but like at the same time, bro, like I don't know, bro. Like there's a couple questions, bro. The lineup just came out yesterday, the one that we used. And there's some questionable people in the lineup, but there's some good players in the lineup. Like some players I want to see. Like I think a player like Marcelo Flores was in the starting 11. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I don't know if he's gonna play against New Zealand, but he was practicing in the training like as a starter. So that's one player I want to see, and hopefully, hopefully he can ball out.
Yeah. Hopefully. But we're gonna touch on that subject a little bit later. But first, I guess most people know who you are, but can you give us
Mhm.
just a little bit of your origin story?
Yeah. Well, obviously I'm Diego. I go by Diego.fifa. My origin story. I mean, I started making FIFA videos back in COVID. That's why I got Diego FIFA. Progressively, I just kept making FIFA videos, and then I was like, bro, fuck it, let me just make a Selección Mexicana video. And when I was making FIFA videos, actually, I was making my Mexican soccer team on FIFA, so that's like kind of what like boosted me a little bit. So I was like,
Yeah.
why don't I do the real thing? So I was like, you know what? I did the real thing. It went well, and I just kept going, and then I do what I do now. Report on the Selección Mexicana. Talk about them Liga MX. I mean, go to games, talk shit. That's what I do.
Were you always a football person, or is that like a late interest in your life?
So no, I've always played soccer. I've always played football, but I guess like growing up, yeah, I always played. I mean, I have two brothers, so like they also played, but like, I was the one that played the most, if that makes sense. Like I just played it. I was playing club. I played high school. Um, I loved it, and then after, so I played high school soccer. I played for 3 years because COVID hit, so I didn't play that last year. But I played club, and I was like, but I kind of like stopped watching it a little bit. And my excuse to start watching it, like I stopped watching for like a year or a year and a half. I was like, an excuse for me to start watching again. I was like I gotta like find something to make myself watch games. So I was making videos. I'm like, let me make videos about this stuff so I can watch it and get back into it. And it worked. So like that's what I did. So like right when I started making videos, I got back into watching it, like actually watching it, you know. So yeah, I would say I was always into it. Ever since I was a little kid, I always had a ball in my foot. I didn't make it pro, but at least I'm doing something with it though.
At what point in your content creation journey did you realize, hey, you know what? I think I can maybe make a career of this?
Mhm. Um, I don't know. Like, I think I think I just kept going with the flow for a bit. Cause I mean, realistically, it's hard to make money off of this stuff. But I kind of just went with the flow, trusted God. I was like, if I want this to work, I mean, I gotta hopefully something comes in. And thankfully, I mean, it came to me, like I give all glory to God, man. Like that food, that guy made me who I am today. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, that's amazing. And
Yeah.
now you're at how many followers do you have on both TikTok and Instagram?
So on TikTok I got like around like 200K, and then like on Instagram I got like 70.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how do you know, like, when do you see something online, or like where do good ideas for content come from in your case?
Um, Genuinely, bro, like I think right now is a little more difficult to like think of a video idea and be like, yo, this is gonna hit. But like back in the day, or like not back in the day, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or like even a year ago, I would make videos out of anything. Like I would just like if I see something, I'm making a video out of it. Cause back then I didn't care about like if a video was good or not. I just
Hmm.
posted. So and whatever hit, and whatever didn't hit didn't hit. But like that of me not caring much was a lot of just trial and error. So now I know what a good video is and what a bad video is. Like now when I think of a video idea, like today I want to do a video talking about Tecatito Corona. I don't know why that idea came to my head, and I have like a video idea in my head, but I can't explain it to you. Like it's weird. Like I
Mhm.
can't explain a video idea that's not a green screen videos. Cause like usually when I do my green screen videos, like when I'm talking to the camera, that's usually off of like news or like off of something that just happened. But like when it comes to like a different style of videos, because I like doing a lot of different style of videos. I don't like just making one specific like content. Um, so when I do like different stuff, like a video idea, like the one like Tecatito, um, fuck, I don't even know what I was trying to get at, but basically like I know what a video like what a good video is and what a bad video is before I even film it, if that makes sense. Like now I know because all that trial and error I did. So like now I'm very picky on what I film, what I do, and stuff like that. But it's just weird. It's all in my head. So like it's not really it's really hard to like say it when I don't have the words to describe like that stuff. It's weird, bro. I'm sick in my head. Like I'm genuinely sick in my head.
Has it ever happened to you that you work maybe 4 5 hours on a video and you think it's gonna bang and it doesn't, and then you work on this video for like 5 or 10 minutes and it goes crazy?
Bro, I can't explain how many times that's happened to me, bro. Like I'm talking tens of times, like probably like 50 times, bro. Like there's videos I'm like, bro, this is gonna fucking bang. Cause I'm like, bro, like back like I made a video like this like 3 months ago and it popped. Like it's a different video, but it's like the similar style. Like it's gonna pop. And then it does like 30,000, 20,000, 10,000. I'm like, damn. Like I spent 5 hours to I didn't even like, but the thing is I spent 5 hours and I didn't even get like my time's worth back. I'm like, fuck. But like at the same time, again, everything is, timing, everything is, um, luck. A lot of it is luck. A lot of it is, getting the timing right. And a lot of it is, make sure you got a good hook in the video. That's what it is. Like if you don't have a good hook like, in the first 3 seconds, the video's not gonna do too good. But I mean, bro, countless times that's happened to me where I think my most popular video or one of the most popular videos, I took like not even 5 minutes filming it, bro, and it got the most views out of everything. And then a video that took me, like, there's a video that actually took me like a day to film it, edit, and everything, and it got like, I mean, it's still good. Don't get me wrong, but it got like 30,000 views compared to like my video that took 5 minutes. It got like a million, 2 million views. I'm like, damn, that's actually insane.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
algorithm makes you go insane sometimes because,
yeah,
you know,
it
I don't know.
definitely
Growing
does.
up, growing up in my case, I basically when I use social media, it was all chronological,
Hmm.
and now it's like algorithm based, and pretty much nobody consumes the content that they follow. Actually, they consume what's on your for you page. So
Yeah,
you have to find a way to get into that for you page, and it's not easy at all because there's a lot of people that want to do the exact same thing. So that makes it
exactly,
very competitive.
exactly. I mean, genuinely, this the last I think we'll say the last year. I mean, or even the last 2 years, bro. Like, especially because I started on a new platform, it was easy in the beginning because there is not many people doing it. So like I wouldn't say I was a pioneer in the Selección Mexicana because there was like a guy before, but like he didn't really make videos the way I would make them now. Um, or even the boy German. I think German. I don't pop out German. I don't know. If you want to like pop like a photo of my boy German. He's the one that kind of like started doing green screen Selección Mexicana or like green screen like football videos. So after him, people started doing the green screen stuff, and I think he was a pioneer in that. But when it comes to Selección Mexicana on TikTok, I wouldn't say I was the first because I wasn't, but I would say I was for sure like first three people. to do it. So it was very easy in the beginning because there wasn't competition. It was like me, this other guy, or this other guy. So it's like you only got three guys, but now there's probably hundreds of people that have done Selección Mexicana videos, and they're trying to get their foot in the door, which is good. I actually love seeing that because like it makes me want to work harder, or like not work harder, but like find a different way to make my videos different. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think the first creators were pretty much the inspiration for everything that came after that. Like
Yeah,
when you think about it, Football Asada, all Football MX,
yeah,
um, now Azteca Zone, pages like that, they all came after you guys. So I guess you
yeah.
guys like set an example that hey, there's a market here. There's Mexican American English speakers that are big Liga MX L3
Hmm.
fans, and they wanna consume content in their own language.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. I mean, the reason I kind of started it was because I saw that there is people like me that love the Selección Mexicana while I was doing my FIFA Mexican videos. Like, because I would post about it, and they'll be like, "Nah, bro, you gotta use this player. You gotta use this player. Like, you don't understand how good this player was back in the day." And I'm like, damn, like all in English. I was like, bro, like obviously I see people making Mexican soccer videos, but like in Spanish, bro. Like obviously, I was like, bro, like I feel like there's a market in this, obviously, and there has been in other platforms, but I'm just saying, like, I was like, nah, I think I gotta do it, and I did it, and bro, you're right, like, there's a market for it. People are just like me or just like us, like even when it comes to your um like your side, like there's a lot of English speakers that follow what you follow exactly, you know. So yeah.
Why do you think so many second and third generation Mexican Americans follow Liga MX? Because usually with other countries, you do see like by the second generation they stop consuming what their parents consume. But with Mexicans,
Hmm.
it's very different. Like even kids that are I don't know maybe even fourth generation Mexicans, they still have like some connection to a Mexican football club.
Yeah. That's actually a good question. I mean, I'm first generation here in the States, obviously. So like my parents, they grew up in Mexico watching Liga MX. They're my parents are actually both Cruz Azul fans. I'm a Pumas fan, but they're Cruz Azul fans. And bro, I mean, I could I can remember as far back as I could, like soccer, football, anything like that. Like I was consuming it on a daily basis, like even like the Selección Mexicana, Liga MX. I mean, my grandma, she's a Morelia fan because she's from Michoacan, and like back in the day, I'm like, oh, who do you go for? She would say Morelia, but then she'd be like, I go for whoever wins. That's what she would say. So like I would just like like I kind of just like loved watching what they were watching, and honestly, you know, if and when I got kids, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna show them about Liga MX, and people, I think people like it goes down a couple generations because I mean I think we're very enthusiastic about the sport. We love the sport. I mean, really, like it's the biggest sport in Mexico. So it's like everyone talks about soccer, everyone knows about soccer, everyone, plays it. That's the biggest sport. So like, I think people connect through it because I think we're very, again, very enthusiastic about the sport, very into it. So and then if your parents or your grandparents are into it, and let's say they're taking care of you, you're gonna get into it, like no matter what,
Yeah. And
yeah.
why Pumas? Like if your parents are Cruz Azul fans, why Pumas?
Man, genuinely, I don't have a straight answer. The only answer I can give you, man, is that I love Pumas jerseys. And I'm gonna tell you this because for my birthday, on my eighth birthday, I have a photo downstairs. I dead ass have a Pumas jersey for my birthday. Like everyone's wearing regular clothes, and I have a Pumas jersey on because that's what I wanted to wear for my birthday. I don't know why. Obviously, like back in when I was 8 years old, 7 years old, I don't know why I picked the team. It's just like I think I just told my mom, like, Mom, I want that jersey. And then ever since then, I'm a Pumas fan because like my mom would be like, oh, look, your team is playing, because I would wear the jersey all the time. And like, oh yeah, like yeah, Pumas is like Pumas is playing. Like yeah, like we're playing. And I just picked it and I just stuck with it because like I mean I picked it as a kid, so I gotta stay loyal. I'm not gonna switch up.
And talking about loyalty, you've also been pretty open about being a Galaxy fan.
Yeah,
Why didn't you make the switch? Because I saw a bunch of people that were like Galaxy fans, and then all of a sudden they became LAFC fans.
yeah. So actually, I'm gonna tell you this. I was a okay. I was a Galaxy fan. Um, before I started doing what I was doing, but like I wasn't a fan. I never went to a game, but I knew who they were. I knew they were an LA team, so I was like, as the only team here, like I gotta go for Galaxy, and I did. The Giovanni dos Santos, the fucking Zlatan. I was like, bro, like, oh, Galaxy's so good. Never once watched them play. I actually went to go watch Chivas USA play before, not even Galaxy. So like, I was like, I guess I wasn't a fan, but I was a fan. But then I started making videos, and I always give praise to my boy Adam, my boy Adam from Galaxy. He used to work there. He invited me out one time, and I fell in love again with like, oh, like, bro, Galaxy's like low key fire. Like I like it here. So I started going to games. I actually like started like learning about Galaxy a lot more. So I wouldn't say I was a fan, but I got into being a Galaxy fan already after LAFC was already here, if that makes sense. So I
Yeah.
kind of got like I got like a little taste of it. I'm like, damn, like, you know what? Like my first game, like this shit was lit. We won. I'm like, damn, this is low key fire. And I don't think I missed a game that season. I mean, I went to every single game, and I was like, bro, like I love it. And then I guess I wouldn't say I didn't switch up because I went I went I that I just like went to a Galaxy game like once, and then I fell in love with it, like like the atmosphere and stuff like that. So I never really thought of LAFC or nothing. But I've been to LAFC games before y'all say anything. I've been to LAFC games, and I'm telling you, it does get lit. Sometimes it gets more lit than Galaxy. I would say, now I'm gonna be honest, I think it gets lit a little more times at LAFC, but Galaxy is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? We're the biggest club in MLS. So
Yeah, I mean, historically speaking, it's kind of hard to argue against that. I mean,
yeah,
for I think
exactly.
second CONCACAF champions in MLS after DC United, many MLS titles, many legendary players. I think for at least for the moment, Galaxy
Mhm.
has the superior team in LA, in Southern
Yeah, I
California.
mean, I think we're first place right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching every single game. And I like watching the games because some of my buddies play there. So like when they get playing time, I'm like, dude, let's lit. Like they're playing. So I think I just like watching right now because I mean, I've been liking watching them even when they're bad. We didn't make playoffs. The first year, I actually started watching them every game. We didn't even make playoffs, but it was fun. Like I was like watching every game, going to every game. Like it was fun. So I mean, right now we're first place, and I'm watching every game. So I'm kind of excited. Hopefully, we win the league or something. It'll be cool, but we'll see.
Yeah, this MLS season has been very interesting because there's some very good teams. Inter Miami,
Yeah,
Columbus Crew that we just saw how they won the League's Cup, and they also are pretty high in the table. LAFC is also doing pretty well.
yeah,
There's several teams to be watching, so I think,
mhm,
well, you watched MLS a little bit more than I have. So do you think the league is actually improving? Like, I know many people that watch Liga MX say, nah, the
mhm,
League's Cup is not, evidence for the fact that MLS is catching up.
mhm.
It's because they have unfair advantages. But can you also make maybe a point that, you know, 10, 20 years ago, these Liga MX teams would have smacked the MLS ones, and now it's getting closer?
Yeah. I would say the league is getting better, and I think it's getting better very fast compared to obviously like, bro, MLS is pretty new compared to every other league. So it's like
Yeah.
the fact they're beating Liga MX teams, I'm not gonna say with ease, but with kind of ease. Obviously, they're in home territory, but it's like, bro, a Liga MX team did not like not even one made it to the semifinal. I think, or it's final. I know they didn't make it to the final, obviously, but I'm not sure anyone made it to the semifinal. Um, and the thing is, like, it's weird because I'm not sure which tournament. I think it was the CONCACAF Champions Cup. It was home and away, and Liga MX teams took that easily. So I think it does have to, a lot has to say about home and away. But the thing is, that's how it should be. If you're playing at home, you're gonna win. That's how it should be. I'm not gonna win, but like you have that home court advantage. So obviously, if Liga MX teams were as good as they say they were when it comes to like, oh, we're better than MLS, we should be beating them in their territory, but we're not. So that means it's very even. If we're beating them at home and in Mexico, and they're beating them and they're beating us at their home, that means it's very even. It's very even, and it's getting up there. The level's crazy, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, actually, the Columbus Crew campaign in the last Champions Cup was pretty good. They
Yeah.
eliminated Tigres, they eliminated Rayados, and then in
Mm-hmm.
the final, which was actually the only match that was not home and away, they lost against Pachuca. And they were saying that they had some bad food, that it was
Yeah.
probably also the altitude. I don't know if that's just excuses, but still, the fact that they managed to beat probably the two most valuable squads in all of Mexican football, it shows that,
Yeah.
yeah, there's some growth there.
Exactly. I mean, beating Tigres is kind of crazy. I mean, they got a lot of players, got you know legendary players. So like Gignac. So like you can't. Know what I'm saying that's crazy work.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, but now let's switch it up a little bit. Let's talk about Mexico. First, some general views on El Vasco. What do you think about El
Look,
Vasco? Do you think he was the right man for the job?
genuinely, bro, I really don't know, bro. Because when it comes to obviously Vasco has coached pretty decent clubs. He's coached the Selección Mexicana before. But the thing is, there's some controversy on how the way he is, the way he coaches, or like, the people he calls up, the people he plays. I guess, I mean, obviously, we all gotta give the managers the benefit of the doubt every single time. But the thing is, we've been doing that for so long already. So it's like obviously with him coming in, we're like, bro, like we only came to him because he's already coached the Selección Mexicana, and people can't say much because he just came back from a European team. So like, oh, like he's good enough, whatever, whatever. But I think I'm still gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I want to see what he does with what he has. I mean, obviously the big question is Santi gonna be his guy? Is he not? Is it gonna be Henry Martin? I think stuff like that we gotta just take a little look at. Um, because obviously Santi's our best player, and people I just don't find it like how people say like, oh, Santi shouldn't be the starter. He hasn't done anything for the selección. But it's like, bro, there's no like even if you were a world class striker, if you were Haaland in the selección mexicana, bro, you wouldn't even score, bro. I'm gonna be honest. There's no fucking creativity when it comes to players. Like, I'm not gonna say any names, so I don't want to say any names, but like people know there's midfielders in the team that shouldn't be in the team that don't even start for their team sometimes. Like, like a specific someone from Cruz Azul, but like he still gets called up. But like, you know, I don't know. I think uh I think the Selección Mexicana will start advancing when we start using create creative players, bro. Like, I don't know. And the thing is, does Mexico have creative players? I say we do, but you gotta find them, bro. You gotta fit. You got if you wanna fit someone in like Santi, you gotta have some creativity in the midfield, even in wingers, bro. Know how to dribble, know how to shoot, stuff like that. And it's hard to find. We don't. I don't think we got players that know how to pass and shoot like that right now and act actively.
Yeah, well, first of all, shout out to Hat Trick Chris. Yeah, because he knows who we were talking about right now.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, I have to agree about the lack of creativity because even though Mexico does have good wingers, I feel Mexico has good depth when it comes to wingers, especially
yeah,
young ones who are making their rise. I do feel that Mexico struggles to create good tens and eights.
yeah,
Those type attacking midfielders or holding mids that are more like creative playmakers. that come
Mm-hmm.
from behind. I feel that Mexico doesn't have many of those because even Edson, I mean, Edson is an amazing player, but you can't really depend on him creating plays. It's
Yeah,
more like he's
creatively.
yeah, he's more of a destroyer, trying
Yeah,
to block the opposition. So yeah, I do see the struggle there, but we'll see. Big problem with Vasco is that even though people say he's going to lead the new generation, we've already seen how he has snubbed young players in the past. Let's
exactly.
just remember how in 2010 he had like Memo Ochoa doing amazing work,
Mm-hmm.
and he decided to start Conejo Perez, who was like 40, 41 years at the time, maybe.
Yeah,
And
probably didn't even
then
have a team or
also,
nothing, bro.
and then you also have Bofo, who, yeah, Bofo, I think he was an amazing player too.
Mm.
But he decided to take him to the World Cup, and I feel like maybe it was a little bit too late for him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Like I said before, the is we kind of judge him on what he's done before, right? And obviously in 2010, that's why I said questionable call ups, people he plays. That's why I want to see. The thing is, he has, you know, not auxiliar. He has Rafa
Yeah,
Marquez. So the thing is that gonna be a difference for him? Are we gonna see different players? Because obviously we know Rafa Marquez is set to take over after these 2 years. After the World Cup, it's set to be Rafa Marquez. So how
yeah.
much does Rafa Marquez have? Like how much power does he have in the selección? I think he has a little bit of power when it comes to call ups and people that play. Because I think, I mean, there is a couple young players that got called up, and I doubt that was Vasco. I doubt it was. So it's like, is that Rafa Marquez working, or does that mean fucking Javier Aguirre is changing? I don't know, cause I don't, honestly I didn't really watch him, when he was out there in Spain. I don't know his play style really. I only know from what I saw back in 2010, or even at that, like, I don't really know how he. I know he's more defensively. I think, is he more defensive?
I think he's very resourceful, so it depends a lot on what he has at his disposition.
Yeah,
Like if he has like pretty good attacking players, like Mexico in 2010, I don't feel it was a defensive team. Like they went all out against France. They even won against
yeah,
France.
they won against France. That's the thing. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I think Rafa Marquez has a lot of influence in the selección. So that's why I'm saying, like, I think, hopefully I'm right. I think we're gonna see a different type of Vasco Aguirre because there's someone right on his side to check him. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, that's what happens.
A big reason why I feel El Tri hasn't gotten any better is because players have a really hard time making it to Europe. I mean, we even saw how Rodrigo Huescas was sort of getting trampled by his own club when he tried
Yeah,
leaving to Copenhagen, and everyone thought, like, man, this is like prime evidence that the claim that many fans have that Liga MX teams make it impossible for players to go to Europe is it's true.
yeah,
So why do you think teams are like so eager to like hold on to them to the detriment of the national team?
bro. Generally, I don't know. Obviously, it's for money. Like, don't the only way they let someone go is if they get a paycheck for it, and it's like ridiculous. Because I mean, we all say this. If we let if a team each team lets one player go every single window, or not every single window, every summer window, let's say, or winter window, whatever. Pick a window. If we let if one team sends one Mexican, even if it's in the youth levels, to a European team, you're gonna become like obviously I'm not saying like right now we're not gonna become like a Brazil or Argentina, but think about it. We see these wonder kids from Brazil sell for 60, 70, 80 million euros. Not even dollars, euros, bro. Like it's crazy work. And these clubs got so much bread in Brazil. Like they got bread, bro. And the thing is, Mexico can be the same exact way, but we look so much into the short term gain instead of the long term. And that's what's bad. A lot of Mexican owners don't want the long term. I don't know why. We don't know. I mean, people obviously some clubs have done it. I'm gonna say I'm not saying this to be biased, but Pumas have been very good on letting people go. And we saw the other day where Chino Huerta almost left, but and Pumas made it super easy for him to leave, but it just sucks the situation that happened where Sunderland, the coach from Sunderland, didn't want him. So it's like it just sucks. But it's like there's teams that do let their players go, but like in the case of Rodrigo Huescas, Cruz Azul was definitely on a sick one. They were about to sue their own player. Like that's actually well, not their own player. He left, but they were about to sue their canterano. I think he's a canterano, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he was. Like it's crazy. Like how are you gonna go like just because they want to complete their goals, complete their dreams, like they have ambitions, so they're leaving. Not. I mean, I would say like I mean, bro, like if you have a contract and your contract is up and you don't want to renew, you shouldn't punish the player for not wanting to renew. And that's what Rodrigo Huescas did. That fool just dipped. The team was like, "Yo, we'll pay your release clause," and boom, there's a release clause for a reason. And if you're getting mad at that, you're getting mad at that. But I think Mexican club owners are definitely just looking for short term gain, and it shouldn't be like that. So that's why it's like that. Like if if we can't sell a Mexican for more than 5 million, 6 million, they're not gonna let them go. Even at that, bro, they want 10 million. So it's like it's bad.
Yeah, I was talking to Julio Rodriguez in an episode that's still to be released, and he
Hmm.
said, yeah, if Mexican owners had like a long term vision, what they do is like they'd sell players for maybe 4 million, but then they apply a very juicy sell on clause. So
Yeah,
that once that player makes the next step, and then maybe he gets sold by 30, 40 million, uh, you retain like 20, 25% of that of the rights over that player, and then you're making money on the go basically as
yeah,
that player progresses and advances and makes it to bigger clubs, then you're making bread. So
yeah,
that should be ideal instead of like one transaction where neither you nor the player really get anything. If, for example, they have potential but you send them to MLS, or you're a small team and you sell them to a regio team, to Rayados Tigres, where
yeah,
there's, football wise speaking, there's very little to gain, when instead they could maybe go to Belgium, Netherlands, Italy, maybe not to a big club or to a small club where they can learn, where they can grow. I mean, look
yeah,
at Johan Vasquez. That guy has been amazing ever since he made it to Italy.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Johan Vasquez obviously, and he's had a lot of struggle, man. That fool was going. He got relegated 2 times, I think, right? He got relegated two
Yeah.
times, and look at him now. I mean, he's doing good. I mean, I don't see no doubt in my mind that yeah, I see Johan Vasquez going to a different club at least in the next year. But like, there's so many examples: Edson Alvarez, Santi Jimenez, uh, Raúl Jimenez. There's so many clubs like this or people like this that have done it in the past. But like, the thing is, if you take comparison on how many people we've sent and how many players made it, bro, imagine we sent 30 chicharitos out. There is like at least five are gonna hit, but we only sent one chicharito out and he hit. Why are we playing this game where we're like, fuck it, we only have one player, like one good player, like let's send him, but let's not send anyone else. Like, think about that. Raul Jimenez, we, bro, we don't, him and Chicharito are the only two strikers besides Santi that we really sent out there. Maybe JJ Macias, but that was like a loan move. It wasn't even a buy. But like realistically, like there's not really any strikers the Selección Mexicana has sent. Anyone from Liga MX. And the two we sent, Chicharito and Raul Jimenez, look at them now. Premier League, La Liga. Like, imagine we took the chance with so many players, bro. Yeah, imagine how good we'd be. Like, it's crazy.
In Macias's case, I think it was probably too late, because if they would have sent him to Europe after that Leon season where he went
Exactly.
crazy, that would have been a very different situation.
Exactly. So it's like we've had players have success in Europe with the little we've sent. Imagine we sent a shitload. Like we're gonna see that success every time. Like I don't know. I find it very fucking weird that at least the federation doesn't try to just do something about that. But here we are.
Yeah, there was supposed to be like a plan to send players abroad, but I haven't seen anything really.
Yep.
So Diego,
Nothing ever.
I know you're a little bit short when it comes to time. So I have one final question.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of hate in social media from Mexicans towards Mexican Americans,
Uh
mainly
huh.
for their passion and love for the national team. You
Yeah.
know, people in the states are always filling up stadiums. They're always supporting, and many people in Mexico blame them for being the reason why El Tri is no longer competitive.
Hmm.
What do you say to these people from a dual net perspective, from someone who is proud of
Hmm.
being Mexican American? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I would say obviously there's hate because we fill out stadiums, we go to the games, stuff like that, and obviously the federation does it on purpose, man. Because like we don't realistically we don't actually we've had like every single game here in the states. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, but it's like growing up as a fan, me myself, I never went to a game ever, 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 ever. Well, actually, I went to one game only. Actually, my dad took me. I remember the game. I think Chicharito scored a goal. It was like a winning goal. But the thing is, like, I think since we grew up with it, at least for me, like since I grew up watching it, besides that one game, I never really went to games like that. I've only gone to like before I started doing what I'm doing now. I think I only went to two soccer games ever, ever. Like it was a Chivas USA game and the fucking Mexico game, and that's it. I never really went to games. So obviously, like since I grown up, um, I guess the reason I take my parents to games sometimes, or like I go, was just like to live from what like I wanted to live as a kid. Like go to these games, try to meet the players and stuff like that. So I think there's a lot of people like that, like where people grew up with it and they want to just watch it at least once in their life. And Selección Mexicana, obviously there's a lot of players that people watch Liga MX. They want to watch their favorite player play, and we can't watch Liga MX here in the States. There's no games here, obviously, besides Leagues Cup now. But like the only way to see your favorite player in real life from whatever team you support, it's gonna be in the Selección Mexicana. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think the reason people fill stadiums here is just because I really think it's just because like people just love the game, bro. And like, but the thing is, like, I guarantee you, the game in Guadalajara that's gonna happen, it's gonna be packed out. It's gonna be packed, and then who's gonna be able to blame? You can't blame Mexican Americans. It's in Guadalajara. It's in Mexico. So I think I'm just waiting for that to happen, and then I want to see what they say. Because once that ship gets packed out, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I was looking at the tickets. I was out of curiosity, and it looks pretty sold out to me. So it's like if they're talking shit about us, the Mexicans, not the Mexicans, like it's us, like there's people from Mexico, like if they're talking shit about Mexican Americans. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens when they play out there too, because like it's gonna get packed out, and there's people that want to see the Selección Mexicana play because that's what they grew up watching, bro. They love supporting the team. They want to watch their favorite players play. So I think like obviously to the casual fan, bro, that's mostly the people that go to games, the casuals. Realistically, if you really think about it, it's casuals. And the reason I know this is when I go to games, bro, I've done videos like where I talk to people like for videos like man on the street, and people don't know shit, and they're just there to vibe out. They're there for the culture. So it's like you're not gonna stop the casual fan of going to games because they're casuals, if that makes sense. You know?
No, I 100% agree because I went to the Honduras Costa Rica match in Dallas. It
Uh-huh.
was packed, but what you expect from a match in Honduras, like over here after it ends, is that people are pissed off and people are like breaking stuff.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy. But
yeah,
over there, I saw, for example, Honduran Costa Rican couples, Honduran Costa Rican friends, barbecues after the match, even though Honduras lost 3-1 and got eliminated from Copa America. And
yeah.
everyone was like dancing and, everyone was happy. And I was like, why are people not sad? Why are they not pissed off that they just got eliminated? And then you realize that over there in the States, it's more than a game. It's culture, it's family, it's friends. And that's
Mm-hmm.
something that's very hard for us over here to understand. The thing is that
Yeah,
when you're so far away from your own culture, you need these little spaces where you can be like people just like you. And
exactly.
I think that's the role La Selección plays in the US. People, second, third generation Mexican Americans, they maybe don't go to Mexico as often as they'd want to. But then when La
Mm-hmm.
Selección comes to town, this is a chance to like be with people like you. And that's the door the La Selección opens. And that's why people feel this strong emotional connection to it.
Exactly. I mean, you actually put it perfectly. Like, you know, to get connected to your culture like that, like a Selección Mexicana game is like perfect, you know? So it's like, that's why people go. Like, they really, like, they connect with people that are just like them. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's it, and that's why I wouldn't put the blame ever on like dual nationals on Mexico fans. It's mostly the federation's responsibility, and they're simply deflecting onto fans, and I think
exactly.
that's sad. But yeah, so Diego, before I let you go, well,
Mhm.
people probably know where to follow you, but just in case, what are your
Yeah.
socials?
On TikTok is diego.fifa and on Instagram, diego.fifa0. Pretty simple.
All right, Diego, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it, and you're
Of
welcome
course.
anytime you want to come back.
Of course. No, no, thank you for having me, my boy.
All right, guys, and please follow us at Clavado en un Bar in pretty much every social media uh, page or whatever. And yeah, check you guys real soon.
Ahí estamos.